uh, in last yesterday we had done. Just let me run because I forget what I have done. So just localhost emp manager. Okay. So I was able to. We had done the login, right? So okay. So yeah, Amica and ABCD. Okay. So let me try Amica ABCD. What is this problem? Login servlet is not available. But yesterday we were able to. So let me try. Put a small 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what is the problem happening here? Not found. Why? Have I opened some other project? Server, build content, registration success. It's there, right? Register servlet. Just remove maybe some stale code is there. So just let me clean that. Okay, so run a server. Okay, so registration failed due to server. What is going on today? Okay, I had given the wrong password. Okay, again I have to clean this up. Okay, so you register successfully. Log in here. I think Sweta and 1, 2, 3. Login. So home page, right? We have logged in. Perfect, right? So till this we had done yesterday. Let me see. Okay, so we have 3 users: Divakar, Amika, and Sweta, right? All these details we have. Okay, so what we need to do is here now. These menu, what you were saying, right? This is for like about, search, hotels, bookings, contact us. We'll rename it to according to hours, and I'll do that part. So in home page, what I will do is first change the title to employee homepage, employee management homepage, and then I'll change this first one to add new employee. Then you can write something like logout, and for edit we don't have, we'll simply click on edit. It should call the edit. So add one employee and then the logout, and yeah, you can put it like contact us, no problem. We'll write something about ourselves or something. Okay, so we will have by default what we will have is second. So we'll write browse employees. Okay, so browse employee list, by default we will show this. Okay, browse employee list and add new employee, and then the contact us and the logout. In the browse only we'll give a option something like add, delete, and all these things. So I'll do one thing. I'll create like a list employee, or better I'll keep this as a home.jsp. So home.jsp will have this this browse employee list, and we'll write something like edit.jsp, sorry, not edit, add.jsp, then the contact.jsp, and then logout.jsp. Okay, so yeah, we will have these options in our home page, and we'll remove other than that we'll remove all this stuff. Just let me make it a little bit cleaner. Okay, so here we have logo. I'll remove this logo, I don't need. And then the content of this, okay, so let me just see this. Okay, so it has come something like this now. Browse employee, add new employee, contact us, and log out, right? So if I click on browse, it should go to home page. If I click on this, it is going to add.jsp. If I click on contact, it is going to contact.jsp. If I click on logout, it is going to logout.jsp, right? We'll put here somewhere, we'll put here name. So just Okay, so here what we'll do is something so what we need is here, right? We will be displaying the employee here, right? I'll remove this content, and we need to display the employee at this place, right? So what are the things we need to first we'll focus on the implementation part, right? What are the things we need? We need to have an employee class, right? So I'll first create table employee, then int emp id, which will be employee id, it will be integer 10. Okay, and emp name, employee name, varchar, and then emp salary, or I'll just put it as a salary. That would be get salary, again integer. For him 10 digit would be fine, I think, right? And again let it be what other information you want. Employee name, employee id, employee salary, and
employee department.
yeah, that is right. Perfect. Okay, so emp, or simply I'll write department dpt. Yeah, that is good. Okay, so oh my god, what did I do wrong? Create table employee id integer. Any spelling mistake? Teaser varchar.
No, after salary, comma.
Sorry.
After salary integer 10, you put comma. You have to put the slash. Right.
Okay, slash.
No. You put comma. It's not there.
Let me check it. Okay, create employee. This is right. This is
Hmm.
right. Then employee ID, comma, employee name, comma. Oh, here I
Here you have to put comma.
yes, here it was dot, right, right. Then employee salary. After that, what I did? Department, right? Employee salary. Then the department. Yes. I don't like by typing command. It's always happens like. Okay, describe this one. So employee ID, employee name, employee salary, employee department, right? So 4 fields we will having, and I'll just insert one data just to I want to display in that UI, right? So insert into, anyway we'll be adding from there, but just now the functionality is to insert into employee values, employee ID as 1, then be Peter, and name after that salary, let him have 5,000, and then the department, let it be HR. Okay, one more we will insert, employee ID 2, John, let him have 7,000, let him have IT. Okay, so select star from employee. So we have two details, right? I want to once a user logs into the system, right, I want to display this to here. Okay, So first step is done, we have the data. Second step, right, what we need to do is this is the model, right? We will create a new model class as employee. So learn all this stuff. This is how in real-time application it works. Whatever the table you have, create a just exactly replica of that in Java class. Okay, so we have private int employee ID. We have private string emp name, private string. We have salary. I think it's not int, sorry, integer. And okay, and after that we have private department. Then we'll create the getter setter constructors using field. We create the default constructor as well. Okay, so this is done. We don't need super and all. Okay, so this is done, and then the getter setter will create source, generate the toString also. Okay, that's it. So we have a corresponding one a Java class as employee. The second step, what we need to do, see, these are not the rules. It's not like you have to follow these things. Actually, it's a good practice to do like this. Okay, so don't think that this is a rule or something like that. Okay, so next thing what we need to do is we need to in DAO we'll create a new class. It becomes very easy to debug. It becomes very elegant to write these things, right? So now public list of employee will get it. I don't know what happened to my get all employees. The list of employee emp list equals to new array list. Okay, so this is the array list which will hold the employee data. Perfect. So what I need to do here, this get all employees, right? We need to query the database to get that, right? So first thing what we need to do, get connection. I hope everybody now aware of this. It's equals to connection factory dot get connection. Then second thing, I need to string SQL equal to select star from employee. Okay, so it will select all the employees. That's what we want, right? Select star from employee will get all the employees. Then we need prepared statement stmt equals to connection dot prepared statement will pass the SQL. Okay, so we need to handle this. Oh, again this guy is creating problems. See, every time, see, com mysql jdbc, but it should be something like Java SQL. Every time it is giving me headache. I don't know why it is coming. We'll give a star here, so it will import all the classes, required classes. Okay, so only I need to handle try catch. Remove this. Okay, so we have stmt now. We'll result set. So we'll execute this. Okay, no problem. Let me. What happened to my Eclipse? Dot execute, query, and this will return result set rs. Okay, so this rs will have the result set rs will have all the data, and what we will do is while rs dot next, okay, we'll iterate it and we'll create a new employee. Emp equals to new employee. We'll create the employee object every time, and then emp dot set employee id will be rs dot get int the very first column, right? So the first column in that this one designates this one employee id, right? So employee id 1 we will get it and we will set into the employee object. Okay, then employee id dot set employee name, and then rs dot get string, it will index 2, then emp dot set salary rs dot get int again, and the last one emp dot set department, the rs dot get string index 4. I hope everybody knows here what I'm trying to do here. So every object will be one record of the employee. So one object of employee denotes one particular row of this. So employee ID, employee name, salary, department. So one EMP object designates that one. So suppose there are two employee, right? So 2 times this rs.next will go. So first I will create one object, we set all these things, and then that whatever the employee list we have, right? Employee list dot add will add this employee into that. So our employee list will contain the entire list of the data. Okay, so I'll just print it here. List size is, if anybody has any question you can ask me here. Okay, yeah, so we'll find out able to employee list how many. It should be 2 because we have 2 records. Okay, so in employee list we should have a 2 record here. Now the thing we need to focus is how we can design the table here, right? So get bootstrap component, let me see is there any table something is there or not. I don't see anything here as of now. So bootstrap table HTML. Okay, let me see if I get something. Bootstrap HTML table. We'll just take simple table, this one. Okay, so yeah, I think this would be fine. Try it myself. Okay, div container, this table stripped. Okay, so we'll copy this line. Okay, and this is in div class container. Okay, so what we need to do here in home.jsp, I'll remove this particular piece from here, write something like list of employees, make it smaller. Okay, and then I'll paste it here, this one. Let me just refresh it. How does it look? So it looks like something, list of employees, first name, last name, email ID. See, this is how you should be learning how you can do that. Say in web application, it's not necessary you need to know everything A to Z, how code works, and most of the things in web application you need to take help from internet. I don't remember how to make design full table color and all this stuff, right? You can get help from internet, you can get all these things, but logically, right, what actually you are doing, what you need to do, that you need to understand the flow, the working wise, right? So that whatever the things I'm doing, you can see my backend is totally ready. How my backend is ready? Whenever I need the employee list, I'll simply create an object of this employee DAO, and I'll call this get employee list. It will return me the array list of the employee object and iterate it and show it. My backend is perfectly ready. I am just now working on the front end, where on UI side I need to have these details. So this is a table header, what we call it, the th. So it will be like ID. So I'll write employee ID, then name. Okay, then the third thing is salary, and fourth header should be the department. Here you write it fully. So if I refresh it now, you will see something like employee ID, name, salary, and the department is somewhere left here. Okay, that is not good looking, but th thread is gone. Okay, so T body, in T body, as you can see here, one tr represents one row. So if I add it one more here, I'll make you how how these things gets dynamic. Okay, so I'll yeah, John is fine. Employee ID is 1. Suppose this is John, and this is his salary, and this is his HR department. Rest of the thing, I'll remove it. Let me refresh it. Perfect, right? It is working as we know, right? 1 second. So we can have again one more. So it will repeat itself. So see, so yeah, this is actually coming, right? I need to make this dynamic. I need to get it from the backend server, and then I need to show it here. What I can do here, right? So this is fixed, right? This will not be iterating, because this employee ID, name, salary, and department, this part is it should be as it is. The dynamic part is these things. So these things are nothing but the tr, right, what you are seeing here. So I'll remove these set of trs here. I'll make this tr as a dynamic. What dynamic I need to do is I need to write Java code here. What Java code I need to write? I have to get the employee okay. So I have to import the as you can see here, it automatically gets imported. So employee DAO has been imported. So employee DAO emp DAO equals to new employee DAO. So I have created the object of employee DAO. If I go to here, you'll see this is the employee DAO class. I need to get the list of these array, whatever it is getting, from the DB. So get all employees, I'll get it. So we'll come here and array list emp list equal to emp DAO dot get all employees, right? So we got all these employees. Okay, so we have got the employees list. Now what I need to do is I need to iterate on this entire list, right? So what I'll do is I'll write for each loop for employee emp colon employee list. Okay, and then this parenthesis I'll start here, and to end I will end here. Okay, so that means this part will keep on repeating whatever the number of times it is there, right? Now I need the dynamic fields of these things. In place of one, I need employee data, right? Employee ID. So again I write a scriptlet equal to, and then emp is my object which is getting, and then employee ID. So emp ID I have written here, right? Then in place of name, again I'll write equal to emp dot get employee name. Then salary we need, sorry, then emp dot get salary, and then the last one equal to dot get department. That's it, nothing else is required. If I run it now, it should perfectly get it running. I don't know if coding is not that bad, so let me try. See, it is coming, right? As you can see here, one Peter, this one is there, John, IT, and all these things, right? So if I refresh it again, it will, displaying perfectly fine. So here you can again suppose insert one more 3, and after John you put Monica. Okay, so Monica, you are putting a salary as 2000, and you are putting in cooking. Okay, so let me refresh it. See, it's coming, right? So I hope, I mean, you guys got the idea, right? How we should, develop such kind of application. What are the things we need to do under the any questions so far? Anything you didn't understand? I'll explain that part of code, how I did it or something like that. If you want to, if you have any question, anything? Okay, so far so good. So nice. So next thing what I need to do is I want to put two buttons here. The buttons would be edit and delete. Okay. So this edit and delete, it should, it should do something like it should delete the record, it should get the record. So I need to give the uh, two more column here, and it should be something like, let name as action. Okay, so if I do this something like that, it will come something like this, action. But what is this action I'm talking about? I'm talking about there are two more things. What I need is I want to put something like edit, and then delete. Okay, so that means, a user can just simply select on this edit. It will navigate this particular record, it will take this record, it will show in another page where you can, edit this information. And delete, it should, delete this particular information. Okay, so this delete, what I will do is so what we can do is href equal to uh, href, what we will do is here is how we can do that. So we need to call the, delete API. So I'll write something like, let me see whether it works or not. User action and then action equal to delete and employee ID equal to question mark. Will provide the employee ID of that. So with that we can check that. So employee, okay, so a href equal to this will be the reference. So what is the problem coming here? Invalid location of plus. Okay, yeah. Okay, now I think it is fine. So what I'm doing here is, see, this line is very informative, I would say. To delete this record, if I refresh it, as you can see here, it's not clickable now. So if I click on this, you will see here it is going to some user action, and then action equal to delete and employee ID equal to 1, right? So this information is getting passed, and if I select this one, you will see that employee ID got changed to 2, right? So if I select this one, it will change to 3. So whatever row I am selecting, right, if I select this particular first row, so the first row, the information is going, it is passing. So that's how I form the hyperlink. So to form a hyperlink, we put starts from a slash a tag, I mean less than a, and then slash and this, and then we write like href. Href is the URL what we want to pass it. So I'm telling go to this URL with these data. No, action equals to delete and employee ID and these information. Okay, so what this will do is, now what we can do, we'll create one servlet, and that servlet will have this name as user action. Okay, so the user action, okay, so by default if I don't provide anything, it will go into get method. So here I can get that action. So request dot get parameter action, and then string emp as a string, it will come as a string. So request dot get parameter emp id, I think that's how I am passing it, if I'm not wrong. So I'm passing it as a emp id. Okay, so I'll rate it here emp id, and then I need to convert into int. So emp id goes to integer dot parse int, and then employee as a string. And I'll just right now I'll simply print that delete action received from UI, and action is this, and emp id, for which employee ID I am sending this. Okay, so something like I'll simply write action received. So what action is received? So action received, whatever the action it will be, and employee ID. Okay, so that's what it is happening here. So let me just try this out, whether it is coming or here or not. You do not need to write all the code at once and then try. This is called the prototype way of incremental way, I would say, the incremental way how you can write it. So let me just refresh it. So if I click on this delete. We should get it somewhere here. Okay, so nothing is coming. Okay, so user action. Okay, okay, I'm putting here slash. Okay, so here I need to make changes, I think. Question marks, action equals to delete. Yeah, I think it should work. Okay, so user action is not defined. Okay, what we can do is okay, so here we are calling this so what we'll do, instead of writing the servlet, we'll create the JSP file. We'll delete this. Okay, but servlet should have worked. Why it is not calling? So if I'm calling from here, the slash URL servlet mapping. Just let me control Z. Let me try. Should have worked. So user action servlet mapping. Actually, what I'm trying to do it here is if I send the request, is not able to recognize that is there any request is present with so how to get context. One second. Servlet mapping. One second. So we can find out. I don't know. My net is also very slow. We have alternate, but I don't want to do that. But can you explain servlet mapping? So servlet name is servlet1 and class is this. Okay, servlet mapping. Okay, there is something change has happened, I think, in 3.0. So maybe that is causing this problem. Servlet entry you put it, and then servlet mapping you put servlet name, well pattern. Just let me try this once. If it does not work, we'll just try with the JSP ways. So what we can do here is we have this servlet, right? So we'll copy this name, we'll put the servlet name, put the servlet name here, and no, even servlet name is also the same. There's no path for this user action, and path is user action. Okay, so yeah, I think it should work. So user action, whatever the slash user action path will go, right? So that's what we are doing here, I think. Yeah, so user action. So I'm telling that, okay, whenever this user action comes, call this particular servlet. Let me try. If it does not work, I won't waste much time. I can explain you later. Okay, so just let me try this. EMP manager, and okay, so it's not coming. But here the URL is there here, right? Okay, this is the URL. Just let me give last try. So I'll remove this. Slash user action is not found. The servlet is here. Okay, anyways, let it it's fine. If it I'll just check it later. But what we can do is we can always create something like this here, sending this as a request, delete, and we'll create this instead of this user action dot JSP. And what we will create is we'll create one file here again called user action.jsp. It's always easy to call a JSP file, and in JSP file you will not do anything, just uh, write Java code, and same thing what we are writing here. Just try to print it here. So just let me first whether it is working or not. Just let me try. Okay, so once I click on this delete user action.jsp, user action.jsp should come, right? There is some problem happening here. Okay, I'm using this. Oh man, Not supposed to use this URL. So now I think this also will work, because slash takes the root path. So I think maybe because of that it was not working. Yeah, that was the problem. See. Okay, so I think we no longer need this. The problem I found it. Actually, I didn't realize that this is slash already there, right? So if I put it here in home, if I put slash here, it means I am starting from the context root path slash. So there is no method is found. So anyway, see, wasted too much time in this. See, user action, right? So we are calling this particular servlet user action, and by default it will call the do get method, because I'm sending as a parameter the question mark and then the key value pair, right? So key I'm sending action equals to delete, and then employee ID equals to this one, right? So the request has reached here, and from here I need to call the delete employee. So what I will do is in employee DAO, I'll write one method to delete the employee. So public int or public boolean delete employee int emp id. So whatever the employee ID it is, passing to it, we will get it here, and so by default I'll take this one and return also this one is deleted. And here what I will do is again we need to have this connection, we need to query this, sorry, we need to delete all this stuff. So I'll simply copy here. So I'll write delete no star, the syntax is not like delete from employee where empid equal to question mark. Okay, and then in prepare statement, after this stmt dot set int at first position will provide employee ID. So I'm telling that, okay, I'm providing you the employee ID, so delete from employee where employee ID is question mark. Okay, and let me yeah, so we can pass it anything. So we have right now 3 records, right? Let me enter one more record, 4, and let me put his name Ross. Let him put his salary as 10,000, something paleontologist, something like that, right? Okay, I think where did it go? Please, please, please don't run away. Okay, what I'm searching, I don't know. Insert into this. $20,000. Oh man. Let it be whatever college, okay. Oh, we have 4 records, okay, let it be just simply. Employee list, as you can see here, right, we'll set the employee ID, like whatever the employee, the first position, right, whatever the first question mark. employee ID, and we do not need this one. We need to statement dot execute update. So update, actually it will return you the number of row it has deleted. So number of rows affected or deleted, whatever. Okay, so if that is, we don't need all these things. So if this is greater than 0, is deleted equals to true, and just print it. So whatever employee ID record you have deleted, right, you can delete it, and that's all. So this is what you need to okay, of course you have to catch it. Okay, so what we did here, just let me indent. Okay, so is boolean just a false? It's by default it's a false. Connection, got the connection. Delete from employee where employee ID is question mark. Try and prepare statement, and then the question mark, the first question mark, set it with employee ID, and then write query to execute this. Whatever the number of rows it has deleted, number of rows, it should be always 1 only. So we'll checking it. If that is that, then true, printing this and returning that is deleted. Okay, so delete employee, this should be called from this user action here. Okay, so what we will do is we'll check it if action dot equals, if that is delete whatever the action, what we are saying, that then employee DAO equals to new employee DAO, and emp DAO, sorry, dot delete, and then pass this employee ID whatever you have got it. Okay, so and it will return you that boolean, right, is deleted, and if is deleted, response dot send redirect again to home dot JSP, which question mark status equal to success. Okay, else, sorry, response dot send redirect home dot JSP status equals to error. Okay, so that's all. I mean, nothing else we have to do that. So here we will just simply write it. So we have here, right, I hope you understood, right, what we are doing here. So whenever we send a request to delete, we'll compare with this one, right, because if you see here, the action equals to delete is there, right, and employee ID equals to 1. So both the things I am getting here, action, we'll get it here, and employee ID, and then we are telling that, okay, if action is equals to this, create the employee DAO object and call the delete employee object with that employee. If it is there, redirect to the home page again, that home.jsp page, with status as a success, else status as a error. Okay, so let me try. So we have as of now we have how many? 4 records, right? 1 2 3 4, and I think let me directly go to the home page. Okay, so we have these 4 details, right? Suppose I want to delete Monica's record, right? I'll click on delete, and bim, it's gone, right? You can see that it's gone. There is nothing, and here status equals to success. Here you can see 1, 2 and 4 is there, 3 is gone. I want to delete this one, so see carefully, it's gone, right? So you're clicking and it's going, it has deleted. 1, 2 is there, right? I won't delete all, again I have to insert it. So yeah, this is done. Any questions so far? It's interesting, right?
Yeah.
So it's understood, right? How we do this, all these things, right? Sending request, how we are taking the request, how we are sending it to the server, how we are doing this stuff, right? So one more thing today I will cover is add new employee. So let me just quickly work on this. We'll create one add.jsp file. So once we send this request, right, it going to there. So we'll create new add.jsp file. We'll put this same content into the add.jsp file. Okay, and instead of this table, okay, we'll have this add new employee, and I'll copy from this registration page these fields. So